It's Friday, November 7th, and you're watching the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network, presented by our good friends over at FanDuel. And we got a great show for you today. I'm your host, Jason Cooper, alongside my producer for the next hour, Jacob Gramegna, behind the board with a fresh haircut, looking sharp.
I had a haircut yesterday, too.
Okay, well, I just noticed it today. Anyways, we got
Jason also has a haircut.
Yeah, thanks, chat, for noticing.
You noticed yesterday, Chad, of course.
Appreciate you guys. Everyone was talking about it.
Yeah, it's talk of the town.
We got a great show for you today. Lineup's looking super hot. George coming in Friday. First guest, as he normally is on these Fridays. We're going to talk some Survivor. We're not going to talk about picks in particular. We're more so just going to go through the most popular teams, talk about their future availability, their projected ownership, and then kind of work around some game theory to help you come to a decision on Survivor, because I think at this point it's so dependent on your individual path and what teams you have left. So after that with George, we're going to go through a little underdog parlay. He also has two props for you, so you're going to want to stick around for that. Following George, Austin Mox is going to come on the show, break down college football week 11. We're going to talk a little bit about some teams to make the playoffs, some teams to win their conference, and just a couple games this week and how they are going to have an effect on things. All right. And then finally, of course, to close out, we can't have a better guest to close out the Friday show. Pips is going to come on, share his favorite props on the week. On Wednesday, we kind of got, or was it Wednesday? Yeah, Wednesday, we kind of got screwed. I don't know, Jacob, if you saw. Julian Champagny smashed the over 1.5 threes. Big winner. Scored 3. Attempted 8. Like he was firing from the threes.
Great handicap.
Cam Thomas, though, over 23.5 points. I think points, rebounds, assists, maybe. I don't remember what it was because I looked at the box score.
Over 23.5 points.
I looked at the box score. He played 6 minutes. What the hell happened? You got hurt.
Yeah, I've already sent the threats over to the sports book that I will be withdrawing all of my money if they don't refund that bet.
Yeah, it's all right. It gives us something to complain about. And then also the parlay. We were close on that one as well. Just Jackson missed by just 2 points.
Yeah.
It's just the score.
Another layup, pal.
Another layup.
It happens. How it goes. Did the Edgework underdog parlay win?
That I didn't check. Maybe if Alex is in the chat. Let me check. Hold on.
Somebody, the KP Caps Raven says Edgework UDRR winner. I don't know if that means
underdog round robin. I think we had 3 or 4.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. No, well, I thought we had. Do we not have Washington in it? We had Anaheim for sure. We had Tampa Bay, and we had Florida. So 3 of 4. And it's funny.
Okay.
The minus 110. Oh no. Yeah. Caps lost. Yeah. See. So the minus 110, which was in there, the minus 105, whatever it was, is the one that lost. Then all the big plus money ones ended up winning. Anaheim, Tampa Bay, and
you did recommend to round robin.
I do think it's. Listen, if we're gonna be betting 4 underdogs at a 16-1, it's gonna be like 16. I think this one was 23-1 or closer to 20-1. If we're gonna be doing that, we might as well round robin it as well. Like I think that's the smart way to go about
round robin winners.
Yeah,
and another underdog parlay coming today.
Yeah, we got another one coming today as well. Before we bring on George, just quickly want to give a shout out to our friends over at BetStamp with football in full swing and basketball back on the court. Now is the time to lock in BetStamp Pro, their pro prop screen. Pro is built for high-level bettors who need to spot and scale up edges fast between NFL Sundays, college football Saturdays, and daily NBA action. Prop markets are more liquid and prices are sharper than ever, so the window to exploit inefficient numbers is right now. You can't do that without a hyper-efficient, reliable, true line that shows you the real market price in seconds across 150-plus outs, helping you find and hit scalable edges fast. Don't wait. The opportunity to capitalize on the prop market is right now. Visit betstamp.com/thehammer or scan the QR code to apply for a demo. Spots are limited during the season. Again, that's betstamp.com/hammer. Scan the QR code or check out the link in the description. All right. I had to take my jacket off there sneakily while we were doing the ad read because I was starting to sweat a little bit. Let's bring up George. He is, you know him, you love him. He's Director of Marketing at the Hammer HQ, host of Forward Progress HQ, and in case anyone asks, we didn't give out any props last night, I swear. Don't check the BetStamp record. George, how's it going?
Doing well. I tried to get a sip of water and quickly, like you did, to take off your jacket. No, we didn't give any props. I think the only prop that was given out was Hitman, and it won.
Yes.
We won 1-0 yesterday.
There we go. That's what we were.
Show that.
That's what we were looking for. You know what? I'll concede. I did give out Dante Thornton at 19-1, which, by the way, can I victory lap the chat right now? Like, that was a good bet. That was a damn good bet. Didn't win. There's only 2 touchdowns scored in the game.
I think the problem was there was not enough red zone trips. It's like these teams decided, offense. What offense?
What offense? It was terrible stuff there. Quickly before we get into things, George, I want to ask your opinion on this Denver Broncos team because they're 8-2 right now. They're basically a lock to make the playoffs. They're probably going to be in. Will they win the division? We'll see. But do you think that they are a contender? Are they a team that's going to be fighting and like with high playoff aspirations here, or are they just kind of down and out, almost like the Steelers?
Now, I have to be honest with you, Jason. I don't know which team that they can beat, like all the other division winners. I don't know that they can beat Buffalo, Kansas City. I don't know that they will beat Indy. I don't know that I like them against Baltimore. I don't even like them maybe against New England. I'm very sour on them, and they have a tremendous defense, tremendous pass rush. But Bo Nix is awful, absolutely awful. And I worry about if they play any team with a real defense in the playoffs, how they're going to move the ball. The reality is their last 4 weeks, they've got wins. They should have lost to the Jets in London. They should have lost to the Giants when they came back from London. They should have lost last week to Houston if Stroud doesn't get hurt. And they could have lost last night to Las Vegas. There's a lot of bad things. And I can't wait for spots to fade them. I'm very curious what Kansas City off a bye is going to be laying going into Denver next week.
Yeah, no, I honestly, George, I'm going to take that one away from you saying they could have lost. They should have lost last night. I know you had them in Survivor. They should have lost. They won off a missed field goal. They won off of a blocked punt. They had so many things go right for them. And I know the Raiders also had some things go right for them as well. If Geno Smith doesn't get hurt, you got to think to yourself, maybe they have a better chance of winning that game. The Raiders, because he was, one leg Geno was slinging. He's clearly better than Pickett. But
if Daniel Carlson made that field goal, I think we would have ended in a tie. I don't know if either team could score in overtime.
I think that's a great point, George. And thank God that didn't end for your Survivor.
Yes.
Anyway, speaking of Survivor, let's get into things. Look at George sitting pretty, smiling a little bit. He's like, you know what? I don't have to worry about anything here.
Nice to get in on a Thursday, Jason, and then now you get a hope for carnage on a Sunday, but there might be some opportunity. This is a weird week, Jason. If you don't have Denver or Buffalo stashed, you got a little bit bailed out. Detroit became an option if you still have them because of the Washington injury. But let's start off with, we'll save the Seattle and Detroit. Let's start off with a tough decision that many people are going to have to make between Carolina and Chicago this week. Carolina, 5.5-point favorite. So they're about like 69.33% win probability. And there's no future value. It's like, if you don't like them this week, you're not going to like them week 15 at New Orleans. They're projected at 27 to 32% ownership, depending on what format you're in. 99% availability. The things that worry me about this is Carolina does not have a good offense. There's only one team I think that they blew out this year, and that was Atlanta. They didn't put the Jets away. They kind of hang around, and there's the whole part of Tyler Shuck. I'm not saying he's good, but everyone's pricing in the idea that he's very bad right now because he couldn't beat Spencer Rattler for the job. He looked bad against a very good Rams team. If he's just slightly better than people think, this becomes a far more interesting game. And the one thing that the Panthers do successfully offensively is run the ball. The Saints are not a bad run defense. So I'm actually quite interested to see where this game goes. I just don't know where New Orleans' points are going to come from.
Yeah, I think that's a great point there. We've talked a lot about Tyler Shuck and the New Orleans Saints and this Carolina Panthers game because it's one of the teams that I'm considering. I didn't have Denver, don't have Buffalo. Planning to save Lions. So it's kind of between Seattle, Carolina, and Chicago for me. And I talked through I think I in agreement with you where I don't see where the New Orleans Saints can get points. They don't have real game breakers on offense. Their only guy I can see being an impact player is Chris Olave. But that all depends on Tyler Shuck, who I think isn't even a backup quarterback in the NFL. I think he would be a mid-level college quarterback if he was back in college right now. Mind you, he's 26 years old. He's really aged for being a rookie QB. So kind of speaks to his ability as to why he entered the draft so late in his playing career, we'll call it. So, yeah, Panthers here projected to be around, what do you think, 30-ish%, 25 to 30%?
27 to 32 is the range that I'm seeing. Here's the team that I think is a better play if you're forced to one of these two teams. It's Chicago -4.5 against the Giants. Okay, we have more injuries to sort through. Like, we're waiting to see the status of Paulson Adebo, a couple offensive linemen for the Giants, their right tackle, Illuminor, and their center, John Michael Schmitz, who I don't think is going to play. Also, it looks like it's going to be Younghoe Koo in a potential weather game. So that's going to be an adventure if you like the Giants on the spread. For the Bears, pretty much it looks like they're going to have their full boat of weapons. Defensively, we're watching for TJ Edwards and Dominique Robinson. Here's the reality, though. Chicago has only one other future spot, Week 15 versus Cleveland. Their win probability, Jason, is 67.3%, which is only 2% lower than Carolina. And yet they're projected at a 2 to 6% ownership this week, which, like, from a game theory standpoint, if the game is essentially the same level of probability of a win, but one is a 30%, likely pick and another one is under 6%, it's far better probability. It's far better game theory to go with Chicago. Now, some people don't play by game theory. They play by hunch. They handicap this stuff. I'm just saying, if the decisions between these two teams, I far more prefer Chicago. Let's go through some of the easier options. Obviously, if you still have Buffalo against Miami, 81.5% win probability. They're projected in the 10.5 to 14% ownership range, just because there's not much availability. I looked at 3 different leagues, and it's between like 22% and 31% availability for the Bills. Obviously, the AJ Epinesa is going to be out for them, and so is Shaq Thompson. But Joey Bosa came back to practice. Taron Johnson practiced yesterday. I'm very curious to see. It looks like James Cook's going to go. And then on the Dolphins side, I don't think Chop Robinson is going to break through the concussion protocol. So they already traded Jalen Phillips this week. It looks like they're going to be down Rasul Douglas, who's been one of their best corners. I think Buffalo's an easy spot, even though they have future availability at Tampa, Cincy, Cleveland, Jets. I understand why in a tough week you might want to go with something. They're the only team left that has an over 80% win probability.
Yeah, and just looking ahead, they might have an other spots where you might take them where they're going to have like close to an 80% win probability would be Week 14, Week 16. Who do we have left on the board? We have the Lions still to talk about, and the Seahawks.
And Seattle. We'll go through those quickly because I want to get to the underdog parlay. But Detroit became an option out of nowhere because of all the injuries. Obviously, now Terry McLaurin is out, and so is Jaden Daniels, and of course on their defense, Marshawn Lattimore. For Detroit, it looks like their O-linemen all practiced. Taylor Decker, Penei Sewell, and Dan Skipper, all in limited fashion. Sewell says he's playing. We'll see what Decker is because he's been battling stuff all year. Dan Skipper, I'd hope he'd be able to go in case Taylor Decker, just for the depth. You never want to be missing a cluster tackles, especially when you've lost a guard for a long time. If you're not taking them here and they're projected 6 to 7% ownership, there's future value in like Week 12, home against the Giants, Week 14, home against Dallas, Week 16, home against Pittsburgh, Week 17 at Minnesota, and maybe that's a Christmas week for some people in some pools. And then Week 18, I never like to save a really good team, about 16 to 30% ownership availability. So that's interesting. In Seattle, they got some good news as far as injuries go. Arizona is going to be without Max Melton and Will Johnson, 2 of their starting corners, 2 of the 4. And it looks like BJ Ojulari is not going to be back from the IR in time. So Seattle became a lot easier. They're in that 6.5, 7 point range. So they're about a 74% win probability. Their availability, depending on your league, 44 to 66%. If you're not taking them here, it's like Week 12 at Tennessee or Week 17 at Carolina are the next 2 best spots. But I could see why Seattle, if you don't have the Buffalo, Detroit, or Denver, I could see why Seattle's a safe haven for some people.
Yeah, no, I like Seattle here as well. It's a small thing, but even adding Rashid Shaheed just has like a little bit of a kink in the offense for defenses to prepare for with I know you could say the same thing about Kubiak and the Seahawks. We haven't seen him on the team yet, but Kubiak is familiar with him. Played in a similar style offense last year. Brought it over from the Saints.
And he even said it's just the verbiage for him. That's it. Plus, they're going to have him on kick return duty, so he could instantly create a boost there. So they're and Shahid's like, listen, runs go routes and like little screens. It's not that hard to get integrated.
Yeah.
His route tree's not all that complicated.
Yeah, his route tree is pretty good. Just run straight and you're good to go. So Seattle, like you mentioned, around probably 10-ish%, and Detroit probably around the same elk, 9.8%. Hopefully you guys got a little bit of a breakdown there and thinking what you might do in terms of Survivor. Let's flip over and talk. Do you want to start with the underdog parlay, or do you want to start with props? Because I remember you had 2 props this week.
With the props, because last week we gave out the Bijan Robinson and it went over quickly. So we've been picking on New England's linebackers by taking running backs to go over on receptions and receiving. Here's the thing. I want to pick on Tampa Bay.
Okay.
So Tampa Bay is a very good run defense. And what happens is, Jason, you don't want to just be throwing everything downfield. You want to create some sort of like short offense, right? So a lot of it becomes passes to the running backs when you instead of running into a brick wall, they're like more of a pass funnel defense. Here's the thing: 9th most targets to running backs this year, Tampa Bay, 4th most catches, and 58 yards a game to running backs. That's the highest in the league. The next closest is 45. Running backs have been able to catch on Tampa Bay. Travion Henderson over 22.5 receiving yards in this game. I very, very much like this look against a Bucs defense that struggles to cover running backs. And I like his instead of taking his over 2.5, I want to go his alt 3.5 at like plus 116 on FanDuel. But like you can get 5 catches plus like 260, 6 for plus 490, 7 for plus 880. Like there's ladder opportunities. I'm gonna just stick with the Travion over 22.5 receiving yards and Travion over 3.5 catches plus 116.
Yeah, and if you're looking to go even higher, you can play it your way on FanDuel as well. Through the your way section, I think you can get up to 80 or 90-ish yards, receiving yards for Travion Henderson. So it's Travion Henderson over 22.5 receiving yards, and we're going to just personally track that at 3.5 receptions. Or sorry, 3+ receptions.
Yeah. 3+. So no, 3.5.
3.5?
Total
so 4+.
Yeah, so 4+.
Okay. All right, 4+ receptions. Okay, that's the first one you got. Travion Henderson over receiving yards, over receptions. What's the second one you got?
No, that's the combo.
The two together. Okay, I get what you're saying. Okay, because you texted me, you said 2. I just assumed 2 different players. Okay, all right, that's good. Well,
no. I'm gonna pick on that angle. Let's listen. I'm a little. Nobody ever wants to say a guy. Oh, I just missed by this much. But underdog parlay last week, Jason.
Close.
We won 1.
Yeah.
The other 2 games we lost by 1 point each.
I won in overtime.
Yes. On literally a coin flip. A 2-point conversion. The other one was our kicker missed the extra point. I feel a little bit hard done by, but I think we're gonna nail it this week.
Yeah, I think so too. If you want to talk through it right now, George, you can talk through it. What do you like for the underdog parlay? We'll start with you like the London game. I mean, giving it away.
Let's go to the London game. Let's go with Atlanta money line first leg. So obviously Atlanta's got the injury to Matthew Bergeron and also Leonard Floyd, but he's a rotational edge at this point. I think there's a huge mismatch when the Colts run the ball. Indy's 2nd in rush success rate. Atlanta's 29th. And last week it didn't burn them because New England doesn't run the ball well, so I am quite worried about that. But on the other side of the ball, Atlanta also runs the ball, quite well with Bijan Robinson. Indy's 24th in defensive rush success rate, and they're going to be without DeForest Buckner. Atlanta's defense also eliminates some of the explosives. So if this is a condensed game where both teams are running the ball fairly well, to me, it screams more of a tight game. I have the line at 4.5 Indy. So obviously on a game that's 6.5, I am showing a lot of value on the money line for Atlanta. This will be the first leg of the underdog parlay. Yeah,
and super sharp bettor out there. I think his name is Simon Hunter, says Atlanta is actually better on the road, he said, but he was off it the second he found out it was a neutral game. So, Atlanta Falcons plus 250.
Also super sharp bettor coming up after me on the show. Liked Atlanta on his spread. So, I'm just going to steal that and turn it into a money line. I'm kidding. I like Atlanta here. I liked them last week. So, obviously, the angle is I think Atlanta is quite undervalued.
Yeah.
And I think the DeForest Buckner injury was actually quite big. Now I think Atlanta has a chance to be just as successful on the ground as Indy.
Yeah, I think I got to look at the market ratings, but I think their defense is like slightly underrated in market here. I think their offense is pretty good. Drake London, like we talked about, top 10 receiver in the NFL. Penix hopefully can piece it together. Then we can get a win to start off our Sundays. Hopefully.
You'll know by 1 o'clock bet or not.
All right, up next, you like, let's go with the Jets Browns. You like the Jets at plus 110 at home to the Browns after they just got kind of picked apart by the rest of the NFL at the trade deadline. No real, we don't really get to see numbers or what happens after a team trades away a bunch of players, if it affects things within the locker room or things like that. It's such a small sample, but you seem to be not worried about that angle at all. Browns, yeah.
It's not that I'm not worried, Jason. Is everybody's assuming that it's a morale killer, and obviously there was a move to Cleveland after the news, although it came back a little bit on Jets. The truth is, I just think Cleveland's got a very, very bad offense. And I know they're going to try to run a Quinshon Judkins, and the Jets have missing pieces now defensively, but I still like Jarvis Brownlee in the secondary. And it's not like Cleveland has a lot of weapons to go. And I think obviously Cleveland's very good at defending the run. So I prefer to see Tyrod Taylor in here because I think there's a chance with him and Garrett Wilson to get some offense going. But the truth is, I just think this is a coin flip game. I literally make it Cleveland half a point better in this game, and I there's versions of this Jets team that can win this game just from a Dylan Gabriel makes mistakes, condensed game punts. There are just too many variables, and I cannot say with certainty that Cleveland's going to win. Some people want to bang Cleveland hard this week, and I'm just are you sure? Because I'm not certain. They're also missing. We haven't seen their defense without Carson Schlesinger. He got hurt before the bye. Obviously, he's a rookie, but he's been fantastic for them. I'm looking forward to this game, though.
Yeah, had him in our rookie draft. One of the best picks of the draft, in my opinion, there to win Rookie of the Year or Defensive Rookie of the Year, but unfortunately gets hurt and probably loses that chance. Anyways, let's move on to New England Patriots against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Drake May has been absolutely cooking. Looks fantastic. Bucs are still kind of dismantled a little bit with injuries. So talk us through, even though they're coming back a little bit with their health, but talk us through this game. Why do you like the Patriots here on the road?
Okay, I want to start off. There's this premise out there that Patriots are overrated because of their record and who they've played, and yet I look at a team that is a plus 68 in point differential. They're blowing these teams out. It's not like they're not squeaking by bad teams. The Bucs are also overrated. They're 6-2. Jason, with a plus 7 turnover differential, and they're only a plus 21. They're also 4-0 in field goal games. They won a lot of coin flips. They won that Atlanta coin flip. They won the Houston coin flip. A lot of stuff early in the year where it's just okay, I'm not sure. And I also haven't seen a good version of Baker. I know he's battling through some stuff, and maybe he gets healthy on the bye week. Yet the other part of it is if Christian Gonzalez can put the clamps on Emeka Egbuka, I don't know that Tampa Bay has so many passing weapons as is perceived. And one of the big skews for me is Tampa Bay, as far as drop back success rate and pass EP and drop back EPA, there's a skew. It's there's this perception that Tampa Bay is this very, very good offense. 11th in drop back EPA, but only 24th in drop back success rate. They've relied on some explosives. Some of them have gone through a couple hands, and Emeka Egbuka took some big ones deep. This is not a methodical offense that I think is a top 10 offense as perceived. It's actually been far worse than that. Aside from that, both of them top 5 run defenses. They don't run the ball well. I expect a high passing game. And to me, again, I actually make this line Tampa Bay a half. I actually think New England is better, and I only make it that because of home field advantage. And I like New England in a total coin flip game, just showing too much value on the money line. I might consider the over, but we'll see. We'll see.
All right, well, we'll see on the over there. But yes, New England Patriots plus 120 on the money line at FanDuel. You can find them all together. Falcons plus 250, Jets plus 110, Patriots plus 120. You can get that at 15-1 over at FanDuel. And hey, if you want to do it as well, I'm going to be round robbing. I'm telling you right now. I split up 33% of the unit on the 3-leg, 66% on the 2 legs, and hopefully we can come out on top. George, appreciate you joining the show. We'll chat soon.
Thank you, my friend. Have a great rest of your day and have a good weekend to everybody listening.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Have a good weekend to everyone as well. George, we'll talk soon. See you.
Take care.
Great stuff there from George. Hopefully you guys liked it in the chat. Seems like they do. Atlanta good when a dog. They're shit when favored. That's a funny one. Good stuff there from Chosen Sports. I love the community that we built in the chat in the Hammer Daily. And if you're watching on Twitter, come hang out with us in the chat, 'cause I think we have some good stuff here. And if you're on YouTube right now, do us a favor, smash the like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. And if you're new to the channel, hopefully we've earned a subscription from you. Up next, we have Austin Mock coming in. Going to be talking about some Week 11 college football stuff here. Yeah, I'm excited to get into things. Again, if you guys have questions in the chat, don't be afraid to ask Austin. Austin's a pretty smart guy. Can pretty much fire an answer on anything related to college football and NFL. So let's put him to the test here. Let's go with deep in your bag. Ask as many questions, as crazy of questions as you can ask, because that's what I try and do during this segment. He's NFL and college football, does projections over at The Athletic. You see him every Thursday on the Forward Progress Best Bets show. Austin, how's it going?
It's going good. Thanks for having me, Jason, for another Friday on the Hammer Daily.
Yeah, I love it here. Friday's, my opinion, the best days and the best one of the best shows that we do, because you and George really close things out. Make for a good weekend. Anyways, let's get into things right off the top. Let's look at the Big 12. We've got a game that could be potentially a preview of the Big 12 title game. BYU taking on Texas Tech. Texas Tech at home. 10.5-point favorites here. Massive favorites for Texas Tech. I want you to talk us through this game.
Yeah, I know that BYU was ranked higher in the college football playoff rankings on Tuesday. I know that they're undefeated. I just do not think they're a very good football team. I think Texas Tech just better overall, both sides of the ball. Texas Tech, I don't know if it's because they're from the Big 12. They've been they're, I think, better than what people think. They're not just oh, hey, with the new college football, Big 12 and the ACC kind of get put down. They have some dudes definitely on defense. They have a bunch of guys who are going to be playing on Sundays on the defensive side of the ball. So they're well-rounded. They can throw on offense. They can run the ball on offense as well. Or sorry, well-rounded on defense. Whereas BYU, I just don't know. I haven't seen enough. They've won a bunch of close games. I don't think they're quite there. They do. The one matchup here is that Texas Tech's not great at running the ball on offense, but BYU is not great at stopping it on defense. So I think that's kind of a matchup that plays in the Texas Tech's hands here. And from a defensive standpoint, I think you're just going to smother BYU. BYU going on the road here. I just haven't seen enough from that team. I don't think what are we sitting at, 10 right now in the market? Yeah, 10.5. I think that's warranted. I actually like it out a little bit further if you can sneak a 10. I think I think Texas Tech's the right side here. So basically a fade of BYU. I just don't think they're there offensively. I don't think they're there defensively. And Texas Tech, I think, is better than what we've seen from the Big 12 the last few years. I think they're a legit team that could give a lot of teams problems if they do make the college football playoff.
Yeah, I'm excited to see them if they make the college football playoffs. Hopefully they do. I mean, they have a pretty bang-on road to get there. Their defense is strong, and I think there's not too many offenses that are high-powered in this playoffs that are going to be kind of blow your socks off. So they could be legit contenders and flirt with the flirt with winning the playoffs here. I have a question for you though. Let's go crazy hypothetical here. They're 10-point favorites, but let's just say Texas Tech loses this game. BYU remains undefeated. I believe that means BYU almost is a lock to make the Big 12 conference game. Let's say you're watching the game. Texas Tech loses. What's the first reaction? What are you going to do? You're running to the future markets to bet, to look for. What's your first reaction here?
That's a good question. So BYU, I don't want to say that they're locked in because they have TCU and Cincinnati. They have to go on the road to Cincinnati. So that's a tough game. I'll be interested. The Big 12 got a pretty favorable ranking in the college football playoff rankings on Tuesday. Utah was ranked much higher than I thought they were going to be. So so much depends on if BYU drops the game before the Big 12 championship game, how far they fall. So I could see if they win at Texas Tech. I don't know if they'll jump, Ole Miss or Georgia, depending on the results of this weekend. Obviously, I don't know if they'll jump higher, but I wonder if they kind of cement themselves in a tier up from the teams below them, whether that's Oregon or Notre Dame. I think they would have a little bit of a gap. So I think they kind of are the SMU of last year a little bit. SMU went into the ACC championship game 11-1. They lost the close game in that one to Clemson, and they edged out Alabama to make the playoffs. With the Big 12 getting the respect that they did in the rankings on Tuesday, I'm not going to say that they're like a lock to get in if they win this weekend, because they can obviously still lose 2 more games in the regular season, but it's going to be a hard path for them to not get there. Definitely if they can only find a way, if they can win 2 of their final 3 games after beating Texas Tech.
All right, great way to avoid the question. So is it maybe like click Cincinnati? Click?
I don't have it. I can't know. I need to know what the odds are. I guess that's my long-winded way of saying that. Like, I could see them jumping. I guess I'd be inclined to vote no or look at the no, because I think they'll be overrated towards the yes. So yeah, I guess that I didn't answer that perfectly. I was going around. I just don't. I think that they could be. There's a very good path for them to make it. So I would only be interested in the no, just because I think we will probably see, they'll be 9-0, right? I think they'll be when you're that high, it's not usually, you don't see much value on the yes when you're a 9-0 team. So long-winded way of saying, I guess I'd be looking at the no for BYU.
All right, quickly, what would you price Cincinnati or BYU at Cincinnati 2 weeks from now? Like, assuming nothing, I'm just assuming nothing changes. Obviously, like, it's pretty late in the season. Not many things are going to change, and obviously major injuries will affect those things.
What date's that game? The 22nd.
Yeah, so I just want to talk it through, because maybe if you like BYU in this scenario, maybe you believe in some like Mormon magic, but then they drop the game to Cincinnati, where maybe Cincinnati has a chance to make this conference finals. You might want to bet, instead of betting BYU, you might be better off betting Cincinnati at plus 1040 to win this. That's to make the college football playoffs, to win the conference. So probably a little bit of a better number here.
It should be similar though.
Yeah,
because I don't think they have an at-large chance.
Exactly. Yeah. Honestly, it's better. It's better than their conference championship odds. So you're going to want to bet them to make the playoffs instead, if you believe in them winning the championship. Yeah, there's a couple ones like that. It's only 40 cents better, but still better.
Still, hey, it adds up over the long run. I think there's an argument that Cincinnati will be favored in that game. I make them a favorite right now, short favorite. Cincinnati's offense is good. Again, I am really, really low on BYU. They're a 10-point, 10.5, 11-point underdog to Texas Tech. So the market doesn't think this is not what are they ranked? 7th? This is not the 7th best team in the country.
I think 8th.
That's just, they're there because they're undefeated. Yes. They've snuck by. They beat Utah in a close game. Arizona in a close game. Colorado, like as bad as Colorado's been, that was a close game. So yeah, I would be looking elsewhere in the Big 12. They're just not. They're a team that I think could lose 2 more games after Texas Tech. In the regular season. So I am very low on BYU.
You're against the Mormon magic. Who knows? Maybe they can cook it up. Let's move on to the next game. You go on and talk about LSU at Alabama. Alabama 9.5-point favorites on this one. Totals at 49.5. LSU, of course, without Brian Kelly. Curious, is there any signal, to how teams perform after a coach is fired in college football here? Just curious if that has anything to do with the handicap. And then also, of course, this Alabama team looks fantastic. Like, they have an immaculate record. Other than that week 0 loss to Florida State on there, like, just looks terrible right now. But we can kind of like forget about that because it was so long ago. Talk us through this game here.
Yeah, as the coaching change, sometimes you see some like a boost and things were out of whack and they play better. I've never really seen anybody do any work that shows that like, hey, there's one way or the other. I think you can kind of, I don't want to say eye test or eyeball it. Like, some teams are just like 1 foot out the door. Obviously we haven't seen LSU yet, so we don't know, but I like Alabama in this game. I like them, at -10 or better. I know FanDuel has a -9.5 with some juice attached to it, but LSU has been like, the defense has been pretty solid this year. I wouldn't say they've been elite or anything, but they've been good. The offense has been nothing. They cannot run the ball. Their passing offense, Garrett Nussmeier was kind of like this dark horse first rounder a couple months ago. That's not worked out. The offense has just been, it hasn't been able to get going. And that partially because they are horrible at running the ball, which gets them into long 3rd and longs. And that's just hasn't been a path to success for Nussmeier. So I mentioned that they can't run the ball in Alabama. That's the area if you're facing their defense, that's how you want to you can expose them. So if you're going to tell me that LSU is going to go on the road, not be able to kind of pound the rock and beat up Alabama on the ground, it's just really hard for me to see them scoring points. On the flip side of that, Alabama's offense has been fantastic. The passing offense is incredible. That is a strength of LSU's defense. They've been much better against the pass than the run this year, but Alabama's offense is well-rounded. I don't know if LSU's defense is as well-rounded, so I give the edge on that side of the ball to Alabama, and then I think there's a pretty big edge for Alabama's defense. So I make this closer to 14, so I like it quite a bit at the -9.5 that FanDuel is showing. LSU just nothing seemed right this year, and I don't think they go into Tuscaloosa and keep this one close.
All right, so it looks like you're leaning towards Alabama in this one at that 9.5 over on FanDuel. Quickly, let's breeze through the next two topics I want to talk about here. SMU at Boston College. SMU 10.5-point favorites, 54.5 on the total. And I'm going to keep talking about this because I've been talking about this all week. SMU is going to be looking to keep in their title contention if they want to win that conference championship there. A win this week means they are in business, and they have a chance at winning their way in with a win over Louisville. I believe it's next week. Talk us through this game. Do you think SMU can hold on for one more week to get a chance to kind of have their faith in their hands?
Yeah, BC is really bad. Like that's it's not even that I'm super high on SMU or anything. Offense is kind of
One sec. I think we lost Austin there for a second. We're going to wait for him to come back. But yeah, I'm going to talk through this SMU stuff. I'm sure chat's all over this stuff. Guys, if you have FanDuel and you like SMU to win their conference, go bet them to win the college football playoffs. It is 16-1. To make the college football playoffs. It is 16-1 for SMU to make the college football playoffs. And for them to win the ACC, it's 12-1. It's the same bet. It's the same bet. If you win your conference, you're in the playoffs. That's how it works. It's the same damn bet. So, if you like that, please go do it. Please go do it. Maybe we're not going to get Austin back here. Maybe we'll move on to our next guest. The other thing that Austin wanted to talk about here, I was going to ask him about a hypothetical pricing on this Louisville game when they go in and face SMU, which I believe is pretty important for them because if they win that game again, they're pretty much in the college football playoffs. In the ACC conference finals. Austin's telling me his computer crashed. It's all good. That stuff happens. You know what? I'll just ask him right now. What do you make Louisville and SMU? The other team we were going to talk about was USC. Austin actually quite likes USC to make the playoffs here. We talked a little bit about it on text over before the show started here. They played Northwestern this week. They're about 14.5-point favorites. I think they'll be under a touchdown underdog facing off against Oregon 2 weeks from now. And if they beat Oregon, they are pretty much with their record and the teams that with a Michigan win and an Oregon win, that almost secures them in the playoffs unless they somehow drop their last game to I don't know, who did they play in there last week? Got to double check that. But yeah, I think if they beat Oregon, it's going to be a massive win for them. Okay, just talked to Austin. He says Louisville -2.5 here for at SMU. So very close one there. And if they pull out that win, seems to be like a good shot to make the playoffs. The other team I want to talk about, USC, +650 to make the college football playoffs here. Northwestern this week, Iowa next week, Oregon the week after. If they beat Iowa at home and then Oregon on the road, they're for sure getting in. The committee is going to put them in for sure because those two wins plus Michigan, pretty big wins. All right. And Nebraska as well. We'll throw Nebraska in there. Let's give them some respect. Before we get into our next guest, before we bring on in Pips, maybe drop a basketball in the chat before we do so. Just want to give a quick shout to our sponsors over at FanDuel. Buckets, buzzer beaters, and your choice of rewards. That's how FanDuel does basketball season. With FanDuel, you can choose your reward, play it your way, pick what fits your game, and take control of how you bet. Take your shot with a profit boost. Play it cool with a no-sweat bet, or get a little backup with a bet back token. Listen, we're about to get into the NBA stuff with Pips here. I'm supposed to talk about what I like in the NBA. I got Pips coming on to do that, so we'll talk with him how we want to use our tokens. We'll probably want to be using our Profit Boost token on the SGP that we're going to build here. So yeah, save that Profit Boost token. Use it when we talk about it with Pips. Whatever fits your game, the choice is yours. That's what happens when you play on a sportsbook built for your game. However you play, FanDuel's giving you the power to choose your reward. Head to FanDuel.com/forward progress to make your choice. FanDuel, an official sportsbook partner of the NBA. Please play responsibly. Must be 21 plus and present in select states. For Kansas affiliates with Kansas Star Casino, or 18 plus and present in DC. 19 plus and physically located in Ontario. 18 plus and present in DC, Kentucky, or Wyoming. Opt-in required. Rewards are non-withdrawable. Restrictions apply, including bonus and token expiration, leg requirements, and max wager amount. See terms at sportsbook.fanduel.com. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Visit rghelp.com. Call 1-888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org/China, Connecticut, or visit mdgamblinghelp.org in Maryland. Hope is here. Visit gamblinghelplinema.org or call 1-800-327-5050 for 24/7 support in Massachusetts, or call 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY in New York. Call Connex Ontario at 1-866-531-2600 or visit connexontario.ca. All right. Up next, you know him. You love him. He's an NBA props originator, co-founder of Props Madness. Pips, how's it going, my friend?
Hey, man. Going great. Huge slate.
Yes.
Ton of bets in. Yeah, looking forward to the night. Had a good rest last night with only one game. Decided to hit the early bed, so refreshed and feeling good.
Yeah, feeling good. I was honestly a little bit heartbroken last night when I opened up my phone, checked the score app to see like the NBA slam. Like, one game. What are we doing here? I know it's a Thursday night. We got to get like at least 3. What the hell is that?
Honestly, I kind of enjoy it sometimes, like full walk-in entire day today and the rest last night. So yeah,
You get some time off that night. But me, I'm grinding football. It's a different day for different sport, different day each day for me. So Pips, by the way, I couldn't beat your record. I couldn't beat the 72 hours. I broke. I was here in the office and watching that Thursday night football game. That shit was so boring. All I could think about the entire time was what my meal was going to be after the game. So the second the clock hit midnight, I walked downstairs, I got myself some food, and I felt great. And I feel great this morning as well. So 72 hours, I got there. I didn't beat you, unfortunately, though. Maybe next time. Maybe
next time.
All right, let's get into the props for today. Quickly, I recapped it off the hop. We can recap it together, though. Julian Champagny, 3 for 8 from the 3 line. We had the over 1.5. Good win.
Left corner, 2 threes early into
There
the
you
game.
go.
Yeah.
There you go. SGP, we got Naismith there at 15+ points. Jackson got his rebounds, but he just missed by 2 points. Just an easy layup. Like we got to send someone courtside next time. We need 2 more points.
He was on pace, kind of, and then they pulled him in the fourth because they were down by 10 and they needed threes. So they pulled guy, Jay Huff, in there to shoot. He shot 4 threes in like 5 minutes. And yeah, I think it will be better. Yeah, I think if he got like 26 minutes as I had him and as he was on pace, he was supposed to cover, but yeah. Can't control that. And can't control what?
Cam Thomas. Just brutal stuff. Me and Jacob were saying, we're tweeting at the sportsbook saying, listen, we're going to leave if you don't refund us. You got to give it. He got hurt. It's not fair. I'm kidding, obviously. Yeah. It's tough stuff there. That stuff happens. But yeah, 6 minutes into the game, injured. Oh, well, hope he's okay.
He was injured earlier. He tried to play like for the additional 2 minutes.
Oh, wow.
Then went to the bench and never returned. So yeah.
All right. Oh, at FBI, look into it. No, I'm kidding. Yeah. I'm kidding. All right. Let's get started with the let's start with the Denver Nuggets here and flip over and talk about Christian Braun. You like his points, but you like
Christian Brown.
Christian Brown.
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 Yeah,
all right.
Spelled Braun, but it's Brown.
All right. Christian Brown.
Yeah, it's weird. So
talk it through.
Yeah, so far this season, he's been weird. He got the money, so now he's playing like crap. Usually happens in the NBA. First game of the season against the same team, Golden State Warriors. I rewatched the game just to see what was there for him, and nothing was actually there for him. He played, it was an overtime. He ended up playing 38 minutes, scored 6 points, didn't get anything. Got a couple of buckets in transition. That's it. And in the half court, didn't touch the ball. If we exclude the games against the worst teams in the league, I can show you Props Madness maybe next time. But he scored 6 points against Golden State, 7 points against Wolves, 5 points against Portland and 11 points against Miami. All above average defenses. He averaged like he was horrible against them. So averaged like 8 points a game, and then filled the sheet against Pelicans, worst team in the NBA, and Kings, so worst defensive team in the NBA. So kind of did well against horrible matchups, and now gets a tough matchup. Scores 77% of his points at the rim. Golden State Warriors has been top 10 in rim defense for like years in the league. They are great against transition. They don't allow spot up. I don't see how Brown scores tonight.
All right, 13.5 is pretty widely available. There's minus 106 in market. Minus 120 still good, though, you said, at FanDuel. If it dips down to 12.5, what number do you need there? Is it like a plus 100, or do you need like a little bit more plus money there?
I don't know, man. Like, it's widely available so far. So I definitely need plus 100 there.
Okay.
But
Take
I see some great. I see minus 106.
Yeah, take the 106. Take the 106.
Yeah, I will play it up to minus 125.
Okay.
At 13.5 and plus 112.5. Yeah.
Okay. Good stuff there. Just want to get it for people in case they missed out. Up next, you want to go to the San Antonio Spurs game. You're going to look towards Victor Wembanyama. Talk us through this one.
Yeah. This one moved recently, but still some numbers at 26.5 up to minus 130. I will say up minus 130. Okay with minus 110 or better at 25.5 as well. Yeah, man, like the season started, and then we seen crazy stuff for Victor. Started with cooking 40, 29, 31, and then faced teams that just decided to take away everything from him. Like even a game against the Raptors, I usually talk about them a lot. I mention them a lot, but they allowed him 8 attempts from the field. He shot 10 from 10 from free throw line and 7 from 8 from the field, and didn't cover this line. Then he played against the Suns, 9 points, triple teams. Then he played against the Lakers, triple teams, 19 points. So teams are kind of like figuring out how to defend him. No Harper definitely doesn't help. Castle is not a great point guard. I said it many times. He's a good player, not a great point guard. And if there is a coach in the league that knows how to stop opposing best players, it's Ime Udoka. Last 2 games against the Houston, he had 14 and 15 points, and he faced the same exact thing. Like, if you try to post up, we'll take it away from you, like triple team. If he try to play with face up, like dribbling, double team will come. If you try to get the ball, it will be denied. And they will definitely leave with Castle and, I don't know, other guys being open. And yeah, that's how I expect them to guard him. And I think this line is too high in that case. Usage will be really tough. And the matchup, like, they have Jabari, they have Tari Eason, they have Amen Thompson. They have so many guys that can put on Wemby and then send doubles from like helping off Castle and other guys. So definitely like the under here.
Yeah, under 26.5. You can get it. There's minus 115s, minus 114s available. Good to minus 125, I think you said. And then, of course, we're looking for minus 110 at the under 25.5, if that's what is only available to you. But if that's only available to you, then that's like, open up more sportsbooks. What are you doing? Anyways, let's move on to the SGP here, where talked about in the ad read. If you're going to use your profit boost today, you might as well use it on this. Talk us through this one here. You want to go to the Hornets and Heat game.
Yeah, first part, Kelalver over. First part is 15 plus 8 plus points and rebounds. So 15 plus points, 8 plus rebounds. No Bema Adebayo. I've got some great numbers early morning, like 3 to 4 hours, 3 hours ago, I would say. Got some great numbers down for Kelalver. A bit moved. I still think it didn't move enough. So betting this way, Kelalver 15 plus points, 8 plus rebounds, and adding Cont Knupel. I think we'll go with 3 plus.
Yeah. 3 plus.
3 plus here. Yeah. Plus 273. First part, I just saying, like, Calalver had absolutely amazing preseason. He was cooking. People thought like he will be like the next big thing. Then regular season started. He didn't play. He didn't get much. Not play time, not touches, nothing. Literally nothing. He averaged 10 points a game this season. Now, without Adebayo, he should start. Last game, Adebayo got hurt. He played like 16 minutes in the second half. Started second half and played 16 minutes. So I kind of expect him to be like 30 to 32, 34 tonight. I will expect like safe to say 28 to 34 should be the range for him tonight. And in those minutes in this soft of a matchup, he should absolutely crush against this Hornets defense. Earlier this season, he played next to Bam and had 14 points in a blowout, even though he shot horribly. He was 4 from 13 from the field, ended up at 14 points, and still got up to 9 rebounds with Bam playing. Now he is the only big guy out on the team, so I expect to cook. They allow a ton of spot up. He can shoot. Deep drop coverage, he'll get there. They allow second most above the break points. They also allow a ton of in the paint, and they allow second most to the bigs, second most to the opposing centers. We can look at the numbers. I'll just read a couple of guys. Like we had Claxton with 17, Alex Sarr 23 points, even Gobert that can do much these days scored 14. So yeah, I think this is a smash spot for Calalver.
All right, smash spot for yeah. Go ahead. Knuppel.
Yeah, just Knuppel, just adding the stuff for Khan. Earlier this season, he played against the same team. Scored 19 points, 5 from 11 from 3. Like Miami for years has been the 3-point funnel. They're playing super quick and they're helping a lot inside. Guys get wide open. So far, Miami allows second most threes in the league, and they're playing at the highest pace. And as I said, Knuppel had 5 threes on 11 attempts last time they played in a blowout. So he got short minutes, 27 instead of 35, and still ended up shooting 11 threes and making 5. In that game, LaMelo played and Sexton played. Now we have both of them questionable for this game. So if someone sits, it's even more usage for him. But if not, maybe a couple of better looks when they double LaMelo. So I think this is a great spot for this. So good spot to use our tokens.
Yeah, great spot for our tokens. Appreciate that. Company man out there, Pips, and the reminder for the chat if you want to build this right now. Kellel Ware, 15 plus points. Knuppel, 3 plus threes, excuse me, and then Kellel Ware, 8 plus rebounds.
By the way, it's Knipple.
Knipple?
Yeah.
Not Knuppel?
No.
Knipple.
Knipple.
Yes.
All right. Well, you know what?
Tough name, but I'm just trying to help.
Well,
you.
I'm pretty sure last year when I watched him, wasn't he on Duke last year, right? I'm pretty sure when I watched him in March Madness, they were saying Knuppel.
My understanding at the draft is that it was corrected to Knipple.
Okay, there we go.
Knuppel, yeah.
Okay.
Like K, and then nipple.
Nipple.
Like,
Yes, exactly.
Knuppel, yeah. I was listening to the announcers. I don't know. Yeah, announcers, and they were saying like it's split with like Knuppel.
Okay. All right. Well,
Knipple.
Knuppel. I mean, my English is not that.
I know.
I just
more for Jason.
I'm just saying like there is need to be like something in between.
The phonetic spelling needs to be somewhere, but yes.
Yeah, maybe I got to get that for next show. Anyways, Colin Knuppel, 3 plus made threes.
That's it.
Kellel Ware, I'm pronouncing that one right? 8 plus rebounds, 15 plus points for Kellel Ware as well. Combine that together, plus 273. Feel free to use your Profit Boost token, 30% on this guy. And yeah, Pips, appreciate you joining the show. Before you head out, I'm going to put you on the spot here for just a quick second. Anything you're looking forward to this weekend in terms of the NBA props, looks, or game looks, or games you're circling here? Anything you're looking forward to?
Yeah, looking to cash some of these bets today. I had 25 bets like 3 hours ago, so it's just keep smashing, and yeah, love these big slates. I would say it's like I actually prefer. Some people are like saying stuff like, I don't like when there is 3 games, then 11, then 4 games in 12 and stuff like that. I love it. Like, I go hard in the days with big slates. I get plenty of money down, plenty of bets in. Days with slow days, I rest. And I actually prefer it that way. So hopefully it continues like that way. But looking at the slates, I actually seen that 8, 7, 9, 6, 12. Yeah.
No,
Not the way I prefer it moving forward, but we're gonna deal with it anyway. So
yeah. No rest for you here. Before you head out, though, I know I said I was going to let you go. Chat message came in last second before the bell, so I got to shout out to him. He said, Castle, 19.5 points. Is that too high?
I will say yes in the regular matchup, but I am like almost certain Udoka will completely ignore him behind the 3-point line, and he'll get so many wide looks. So increased usage, increased minutes here. I won't bet the under. So there is that.
All right. Appreciate you, Pips. We will chat soon. Look forward to talking to you next week. Awesome
Bye,
stuff.
guys.
Awesome stuff there. Thanks, Pips. All right. That wraps up today's show, Friday's show. Hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, do us a favor, let us know in the chat. If you don't want to let us know in the chat, second best way to let us know is to smash that like button. Goes a long way here on the channel. And finally, if you're new to the channel, it's your first time watching the show, do us a favor, hit the subscribe button as well. Appreciate you guys tuning in. Jacob, what are you looking forward to this weekend? Anything on tap?
This weekend, well, I'm going apartment hunting today, which I guess I'm not really looking forward to. Sorry, again. I'm not looking forward to having to go through moving again. Other than that, Raps are playing tonight. Raps are playing Saturday night, so we got that to look forward to. We got Sunday NFL. Man United play tomorrow morning. It's just loaded with sports. Oh, Grand Slam of Darts starts this weekend.
Massive.
That's fantastic. Another major and a really awesome major with a lot of unique players involved. So that's going to be a lot of fun. It's just jam-packed with sports this weekend.
Jam-packed with sports. Looking forward to it. And yeah.
What about you?
You
look forward to having an actual meal?
Yeah, that's going to be good. I'm thinking about my lunch right now. I'm wondering how my weekend's going to differ without some playoff baseball action. I know I don't want to be a sad boy about it, but maybe it's a little bit lighter. Maybe I'll actually get some sleep, but probably not.
What was your not cheat meal? So your break meal last night?
Honestly,
midnight is slim pickings.
No, I went local was open.
Okay, and they have a good happy hour at that time, I think.
Yeah, so I just they had like a rice bowl. I was just like, I just need like
Yep.
proper nutrients.
Yep.
I was like thinking about maybe pizza. I'm like, then I did some Googling. I'm like, yeah, this is not a good idea. So
Your
yeah,
body just shuts down.
yeah. Anyways,
Smart man.
yeah, looking forward to having some good meals this weekend. And yeah, looking forward to watch sports. Sunday is what I'm looking forward to right now. A little pissed off about Survivor on Denver, even though George got through. We're not going to tell him that I'm pissed off, but kind of wanted him to lose there. 30% of the pool would have been pretty nice. But it is what it is. It is what it is. Looking forward to Sunday, as always. And yeah.
Around the hammer before we go.
Around the hammer. This morning, circle back live at 8 a.m. Eastern. I listened to the episode before I came in today, or while I was coming into work today. It's actually a really good one. Big fan. Mr. Peanut Butter said some things that actually weren't really dumb, which is very rare.
That was good. We got to just flame ESPN Bet and ESPN as a company for like half an hour, so that was awesome. We talked about the ethics of court-siding, which I think was a very interesting conversation as well, doing it to a sports book compared to doing it to a prediction market. So a lot of great conversations, as always.
The craziest one was the Klarna one, where it's like, I don't want to bury the lead, but yeah, that was just crazy stuff there. If you're curious what that was, you should go check it out. Anyways, tonight, hit the books. 5 p.m. Eastern time. You're going to want to check it out. If you love college football, it's the best show, in my opinion, on college football around. Brad Powers, Joey Knish, breaking down the games, giving you the best bets, and reading your comments throughout the show. Tonight, 5 p.m. Eastern. Hit the books on the the Books YouTube channel. You're going to want to tune in. And then tomorrow, it's not listed on the graphic there because this is tomorrow, but 10 a.m. Eastern time, I'm going to be with Hitman live, talking through some player props, answering your questions. It's been thin on questions lately. So if you have an NFL player prop question, should be doing that over there. Hitman's a pretty smart guy.
Ask Hitman about his Panthers under 6.5 wins bet that he put on one of the shows I was hosting.
Oh, God. That's a... it's
not looking too hot.
Not looking too hot. He also just gave out the Panthers Saints under. So Wonder what he likes in that game in terms of side. Hopefully he needs the Saints, so hopefully he likes the Saints. Anyways, appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah, I'm going to ask one more time. Do us a huge favor, smash the like button. It goes along with the algorithm. Tells them that you like the show, which means it'll suggest them to other people like you who might also like the show. This has been the Friday, November 7th edition of the Hammer Daily here on the Hammer Betting Network presented by FanDuel. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We will see you guys right here next week.